In today's episode, take us right into the heart of one of the most critical moments in the Middle East. Israel has officially launched its long-anticipated ground invasion into Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah after months of escalating tensions. But here's the twist. Hezbollah has just lost the support of one of its key allies, Iran. Despite the intensified strikes from Israel, Tehran has now made it clear that it will not send troops to Lebanon or Gaza. This development marks a significant shift in the region's power dynamics and raises serious questions about the future of Hezbollah resistance. So, let's break this all down. So what exactly did Iran say? And why this is such a big deal? Tehran's foreign ministry recently stated that while Iran doesn't not seek war, it will defend stability in the Middle East. This is a critical point because many expected Iran to intervene militarily as Israel ramped up its airstrikes, not just against Hezbollah, but also Syria, Yemen, and Iraq. Yet, Iran is holding back, insisting that Lebanon and Palestine can defend themselves. This decision might come as a surprise given Iran's long-standing support for Hezbollah and its role as a key player in Lebanon's defense infrastructure. But Tehran's current stance seems to be more focused on avoiding direct confrontation with Israel at this time. Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson Kanani did make it clear, however, that Israel won't go unpunished for its action against Iran. So while Iran is pulling back on military involvement in Lebanon, they are still keeping the door open for retaliation, just not in the way many expected. This is where the story gets even more complicated. While Iran isn't sending troops, they're using other methods to hit back against Israel. Let's talk about the cyber attack that could have serious implications for Israel's national security. So, as Israel was preparing its ground forces for the invasion of Lebanon, something unexpected happened. An Iranian hacker group called Hezbollah, which is reportedly linked to Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, claimed responsibility for a cyber attack that breached Israel's Sorek Nuclear Research Center. Hezbollah claims to have stolen nearly 200 gigabytes of sensitive data from the facility, marking one of the most high-profile cyber attacks against Israel in recent memory. According to the hacker group, this attack is in direct retaliation for the assassination of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah by Israel. Now, if these claims are accurate, this could have major implications for Israel's critical infrastructure, especially when you consider how reliant the modern state is on technology to secure everything from energy supplies to military operations. Cyber warfare has become an increasingly important front in modern conflicts, and a breach like this could severely undermine public confidence in Israel's ability to protect its most sensitive sites. The Israeli Prime Minister's office has already reacted to the claims made by Hezbollah, signaling the seriousness of the incident. While full details haven't been confirmed, this could become a significant pressure point for Israel as it continues its military campaigns across the region. So while Israel is pushing forward with the ground invasion in Lebanon, Iran seems to be taking a much more covert approach, focusing on cyber attacks rather than direct military confrontation. But what's the broader impact of these airstrikes on the region? Israel's ground invasion comes after weeks of heavy airstrikes targeting Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. The airstrikes have already triggered a massive exodus from the region, with thousands of Lebanese civilians fleeing the south, seeking safety from the relentless bombardment. But it's not just Lebanon that's feeling the heat. Israel's offensive has also sparked concerns of broader Middle East conflict, potentially drawing in other actors, including Iran, Syria, and even Yemen's Houthis. While Iran's official line is that it doesn't seek war, the fact that its allies like Hezbollah and the Houthis are directly engaged with Israel means the risk of escalation remains high. Despite the growing fears, Iran's current strategy seems to be more calculated, choosing cyber attacks and symbolic retaliation over direct military involvement. This raises a crucial question. Is Iran playing the long game here, waiting for the right moment to strike, or are they genuinely pulling back to avoid further regional instability? As this situation develops, we'll continue to keep a close eye on what unfolds next. But for now, let's wrap up with some final thoughts on what this all means for the future of the region. The Middle East is once again on the edge of a major conflict, but this time the dynamics are shifting in unexpected ways. Israel's ground invasion into Lebanon may be a decisive moment in its long-standing conflict with Hezbollah, but the lack of direct Iranian military intervention is a significant game changer. However, with Iran's cyber attack on Israel's nuclear research center, it's clear that Tehran hasn't completely stepped out of the fight. We're witnessing a different kind of warfare now, one where cyber threats and cover operation could play just as important role as tanks and airstrikes. As for Hezbollah, losing the support of its key ally in Tehran will undoubtedly weaken its ability to resist Israel's military fight. But it's too early to count them out just yet. With the ground invasion underway, the next few days and weeks will be critical in undermining the future of this conflict. One thing is certain, the situation in the Middle East remains as volatile as ever, and we'll be here to keep you informed every step of the way. We are watching a historic moment unfold in the Middle East, and the consequences of Israel's ground invasion and Iran's surprising stance will undoubtedly shape the region for years to come. As always, if you enjoyed today's discussion, be sure to subscribe to stay updated in future episodes. Until next time, stay engaged and stay informed.